All right, Congressman Brandon Gill from the state of Texas joins us tonight. Good to see you again. Paxton just mopping the floor with John Cornyn. It really wasn't even close. I think that surprised a lot of people. What did you make of last night?
Well, last night was a phenomenal night for the American people and for conservatives across Texas. We're sending a fighter to Washington to represent us, a fighter who stands up for Texas conservative values, who's going to fight to get the Save America Act across the finish line, who's going to fight against amnesty, who's going to fight against the Islamization of Texas. And that's exactly what our state needs, and we've got it in Ken Paxton.
I mean, it's certainly an interesting moment, and I feel like was really a pretty strong message to a Senate that I think a lot of the time likes to kind of ignore Donald Trump, you know, and just, you know, kind of play this little game where they act like they're, oh yeah, we're going to do that, and they don't do it, just like with the SAVE Act. And Trump was just like, okay, I'm going to take your boy out, and you just blew $130 million. You just burned it, lit it on fire.
That's exactly right. And if you didn't already need to know or didn't already realize it, there is no stronger political force in America right now than Donald Trump. His endorsement is worth its weight in gold politically. And, you know, you hear a lot of commentary from the left of Democrats who are just wishing, hopeful thinking that the president's influence is waning in the GOP, that it's waning across the country. And nothing could be further from the truth. You've seen what his endorsement meant for the Thomas Massie race, for the Bill Cassidy race, and now for this Texas Senate race. Yeah. Everybody in the GOP not only wants but needs the president's backing.
Yeah. Politico put it like this, talking about other races he's getting into. The president has already lashed out at 2 House Republicans due to perceived slights. Trump could also take aim at several GOP senators up for election in 28, including Murkowski in Alaska, Rand Paul in Kentucky, Todd Young in Indiana. I think you could argue, as they try to paint it as like some kind of revenge thing, that Trump maybe is just trying to give the GOP a chance at actually passing the agenda, because the GOP has this issue with the grandstanders. This is a problem that the Democrat Party has never had, which is something that Trump is so envious of, the way they all fall in line, the way they all vote together. They're like sheep. They follow whatever is said. They all do it no matter what they say in private. They vote together.
Yeah, well, I would put it this way. You know, I think the left would characterize President Trump's relationship with the GOP base and saying that they just follow whatever the president does. The reality is that the president is not only leading the party, but he's with the people. He's the one who's fighting for the American people. He is the one who has transformed the GOP, I think, in such a positive direction, where we are the party of the working class. So yes, I think whenever President Trump looks at members of Congress or people in the Senate who are doing their worst to thwart his agenda, the agenda that he ran on that gave Republicans a mandate more than anybody else, I think he's absolutely right to push back. And I think that's what you're seeing this primary cycle. You're seeing a president who's saying, we ran on something, and now I'm going to hold my members of Congress and my senators accountable to make sure we actually do it. And I think that's something that every American should be incredibly thankful for.
Yeah, I mean, why is it that 1 or 2 senators or members of Congress can bust up an agenda that the entire country voted for, you know, in a sweeping measure? Real quick, to Tallarico, who Paxton will face in November. The man is culturally insane, as we all know. He's trans-obsessed, 6 genders. He's kind of the weirdest rainbow flag Christian you've ever seen. He reacted today. Take a look.
There are some statements that I've made that I certainly regret. There are statements that I've made where I've missed the mark. I'll be the first to admit that. But Ken Paxton is intentionally clipping my cringy comments to distract from his career of corruption.
What do you think happens in this race that Democrats are so hopeful about yet again? We have another Beto O'Rourke.
Well, my favorite part about that is, you know, I've certainly said things that I wish I had, and I'm sure you have too, and most people have. But I've never talked about how much I just deeply love transgender children. I've never made statements about how God is non-binary or there's more than 6 genders. Those are not just one-off gaps. This is a long history that James Tallarico has of saying weird, perverted, and absolutely, I think, reprehensible things about Scripture and about Christ. So this is somebody who has I think no place in Texas politics. I think voters are going to absolutely reject him. And the most incredible thing is we are just at the tip of the iceberg right now. This guy, that the list of things that this guy has said is far longer than we know right now. There's a lot more to come out about James Tallarico.
I tell people all the time, whenever you're in like kind of a blue state or, you know, a liberal corner and you see a church that's got the BLM flag and the rainbow flag, I was like, that's James Tallarico right there. That's what he is.
Yep.
I don't know many people that are comfortable with that, and I certainly don't in Texas. Congressman, good to see you. Thanks so much.
Thanks for having me.
Information. Truth is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.